Right, it's going to be the last video I make before I start tidying up. Basically, I'm going to show you what's going on here today. I'm just working on the go-kart. If that's not obvious, it looks a bit, I don't know, crazy at the moment. Or messy, or stupid, or whatever you wish to call it. But it's just not nice working out at the moment. The weather's just been on and off. I mean, it looks quite nice at the moment, but about 10 minutes ago, it's pissing down with rain. Still soaking out here. Well, basically, what I've done is I've cut this piece here out of the back, of course, as you can see. Just cut it there. It all came out. That's just this piece here was part of that was the rear beam which went on the back. That was for the brake caliper. Those two, the engine and that there, held the seat, and the engine and the caliper. But you can tell by this, it is not square in the X or Y axis, both this way. Both this way and that way. I think that way is actually Z, but X, Y, and Z. Yeah. So that's actually Z and X, whatever. Who cares? Doesn't matter. It's not straight in any configuration. That was kind of a quick bodge to make it drivable, so I could take it to work and drive it. Unfortunately, I'm now having to rectify that. It's my own stupid fault. I'll make something up. I've taken all the caliper off anyway, because it's got a, well, it did have a ripped out dust seal. I had to put it back in it. All it did, it kind of came out with a piston. It's just because it had dried up and got nasty crap on it when we left out in the weather. Anyway, what I'm doing at the moment is making new seat mounts. These are the engine mounts off of the generator, so if they can hold that, they can hold me. I've just got to do a little bit more kind of configuring and measuring and cutting, which is easier said than done because I don't have an angle grinder at the moment. It blew up. So I've just put that piece in there. Just use the vise and a mole grip, sorry. So I'm gonna have to cut this one here up to square everything up properly, because that one there's just too long. And then tomorrow I'll probably weld it. I have to convince my mum that this is okay to be left here because we're working on it. Well, it's fucking nasty. Anyway, yeah, this is what I'm using to piece that together with. It's just, well, I've harvested quite a lot from it already. I do plan on using more of it, or as much as I need. Oops, just kick something. Oh well. The reason I'm not bowling the seat onto where it was before is because it was too far forwards. My legs were just hitting the steering wheel, and I'm going to have to move the pedals as well, because at the moment the pedals are too close together. I need to move the pedals out. I'm probably going to weld something in here, just a small section about that long, and then I'll put a bolt through that, just because the way I've got it at the moment means it doesn't. If I put my seat all the way back to get my knees to stop hitting the steering wheel, then I can't move my feet properly in order to actually use the pedals. So the pedals just have to go out. It's just a little bit of a design flaw on my part. So axle's out. Don't know about you, but when I look at this axle, if I didn't know better, I'd say it was professionally made, because it looks really cool. See, it's 20mm at that end, and then it goes to 25 where the bearing is, and then it goes up to 30, which is the actual main bearing. I should give a little bit of history on this thing now, because it's getting on a bit. It does not mean I haven't documented everything I've done to it. And basically, I had to completely reconfigure the rear axle when I first did it. I used 20mm mild steel from that end to this end, and what I did is I put like shims on the drive shaft. I just machined them down, slipped them on, welded them on to the axle to hold the hubs for the disc and the caliper. Sorry, not the caliper, the sprocket. But what ended up happening was as it went over, the field that I was driving on, it wasn't perfectly flat, and eventually it bent the axle. I know in particular there's this one very steep part where the level of the grass kind of jumps up by about 1/4 metre, and it's very steep. It just kind of goes up and then flat again. And I went over that about 35 miles an hour, because this thing had a max speed of about 40 we clocked it at. It might have gone faster, I think it probably did, but we never clocked it, so I'm going to say its max speed is about 40. I went over at a speed, and Never noticed anything until other people started driving it and I could see the back wheels just wobbling. I actually aired up the tyres as well today because, well, they haven't been aired up for a while. That one there has got slow leak and so is that one. That one then he's replacing anyway, as you can see. I want to get a matching set for the front. They're only 15 quid each, so I'll probably just buy two. The rear tyre I want to buy a matching one like that because they're actually different sizes, and eventually this is going to be two-wheel drive on the rear with no differential, and I'm going to need two-wheel. Well, I'm going to need decent sized tyres, well, matching size tyres, because otherwise one of them being slightly is going to have a larger circumference. So if you have a large, basically if you was to roll the axle with both wheels on, it would eventually just go around in a complete circle. It's not going to be good for tyre wear. No differential is bad for tyre wear as it is, but you know, it's going to go two-wheel drive because of the engine that I'm putting on it. If you don't know already, I'm using the Onan engine, which is in the shed. I'll show you in a minute. And we're connecting that to the wheels via a Honda GXV 390. No, what am I on about? Sorry, a Honda CB125 bike engine. I'm going to use a bike engine because it's got a clutch and gearbox. I'm just going to somehow connect the input shaft of the well, actually no, the crankshaft of the Honda engine to the crankshaft of the Onan. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I might try and find a coupler, or no, kind of like a motor coupler, something similar along those lines. Whatever I'm going to do, it's going to have to be custom. I have to make it myself, so that's going to be a laugh. Not really much else. I really do just need a clutch on it, just for the basic fact that I wanted a torque converter, but a torque converter doesn't allow you to really, like, being able to rev it without moving would be quite nice. I like the idea of that. Being able to dump the clutch as well. I don't care if I blow the clutch up, or the engine for that matter, because whatever I make to connect them together, it should just be like unbolt. I don't want to have to like weld the crankshafts together. That would be stupid. Welding the crankshafts together I wouldn't even work unless you get it absolutely 100% aligned, otherwise it will just crack. Anyway, I'm left out here, I'm freezing. Stupidly, I didn't turn the music off before I started filming. Right, anyway, yeah, as you can see, roof's leaking. I've got 1 minute battery left, so I'll try and make this quick. Yeah, caliper, just sorted out, staying in here for dry storage. There's the Onan, which is going on it. So if you haven't seen it, it's the I keep doing that. It's a P220G, 20 horsepower, twin cylinder, blah 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 blah, just being rebuilt. That's about it. I would like to do a startup of it soon because it hasn't been started in a while, but my only battery's dead. Hopefully I'll get another one tomorrow. Anyway, I'm going to call this video quits. Just turn all the power off. Lights off. The camera's about to die, the battery light's flashing at me, so I'll see you guys later. This is about as good as I can do for you for the minute.